I think we're ready to go here. I think we're live. Everything's good. Had some issues getting up here, but finally got it. Or not. I'm not getting a stream here. This is fucked up.
You take really great photos. Have you ever thought about focusing your camera skills? You know, you should take this online photography course on Udemy.
I can't see
Start by an
myself. I don't
expert
know what the
instructor.
hell's going on here.
You'll learn about photographing in different locations, mastering camera settings, editing your photos like a pro. All for the price of this. Stop searching and get started with this special discount.
Fuck.
We already know how to do frequency separation, the regular method, and how do we usually create the layers, the high frequency and the low frequency layers for frequency separation. If you're not sure how to do that, check this video out. We go step by step on how to do that in that video. However, today I'm going to introduce a plugin.
Okay. I freaking like finally got this thing going. So I'm like, I look all frustrated and shit. Like, holy cow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to edit this before I post it. But anyways, so welcome to the channel. My name is Micho. I'm your host today, and I finally got this thing going. Finally got it going. So I'm happy about that. So day 9, this is day 9 of being in Japan for my annual training. For all of you that don't know and haven't watched my previous videos about annual training is a part of my duty as a Navy reservist. I do it once a year at the very least, and I do it. You've heard the whole thing about 2 weeks a year, 1 weekend a month. That's kind of what I do. But in Japan, or you can, it's optional. You don't have to necessarily do 2 weeks. You can do more if there's a lot of more time allotted for you. But I'm doing 3 weeks. I think you have to do 3 weeks in Japan anyways, just because. But I've heard somebody doing 2 weeks, but it was like a different set of orders or funding, whatever. So that's what I'm here doing. I'm pretty much helping the shipyard fix the ship, get it back underway and everything like that. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here. As far as that job, I can't really talk too much about that. I can just generally tell you that I am basically helping the shipyard doing a lot of work. So that's what I'm here. But for this vlog in particular, I want to talk about just last week. What the hell's going on? Oh, software's still going. What the hell? Yeah, I'm having issues with the connection, and the software is good. YouTube is good, but I'm having. It says excellent connection, but I'm not getting anything right now. It's, hate it, man. I really hate it. I'm gonna try to get through this. So, I think it's working. I have no idea because I can't see myself in the YouTube monitor. It just has a buffering ring right now. So I feel like I'm wasting my breath right now because I don't know if it's even like working, which sucks. So far, how has it been? It's been great. Food's been awesome. I've had so much good food, so much. Um, Last week did some work. Um, they're getting ready. They're pretty much ramping up, so it's gonna get a little bit more busier as far as work goes, which isn't surprising. And then, so yeah, you had this AOB training. I'm not even sure what the acronym actually stands for. You had this training last Friday before the weekend. It kind of went over a few things and just mostly cultural things, basically. Just kind of like what you should and what you probably shouldn't do. Just so, and there's huge reasoning behind it is because there was a few stupid people that did some stupid shit, and it was like they like shut down Japan for a while from Navy reservists. Active duty, not so much, but I think they had been pretty much locked down. Like they couldn't leave base. There was a curfew. I mean, there's a curfew now, but it's only like midnight. Basically you can be anywhere in Japan, but we have to be off the street by 12 o'clock. And if you're here in military, as a tourist, you can do whatever you want. But I'm here as a Navy reservist, so I'll have to abide by those rules, those restrictions. So that sucks. But at the same time, there's not much to do in regards to travel unless you're driving after midnight, because the trains stop at midnight. Like there's nothing. You're not going anywhere. Trains stop at midnight. And it's funny because it's like, from what I was told, like it's busy. The trains are busy. Not so much yesterday, but Saturday night, extremely busy. Like we were packed like sardines. Like, and that's an understatement. Like we're packed like freaking like, wow. It was definitely something to. I mean, I'm not totally like unfamiliar with that. You know, being on a bus in Hawaii, for example, sometimes the buses like get really packed, and you're like literally just neck and neck. Like the next person is like right there. You have no space. Your personal space is like your shoulders, your arms. You know, that's it. But yeah, I got really packed on the trains. So since I'm talking about the trains, and I'm probably gonna jump around on this, but taking the trains was quite the experience, and overall it's been a huge learning experience for me, a huge learning curve, because one, I can't read everything, even though most of everything's in English, like, and Google Maps is a significant help. There's another app, you can look it up. In fact, I might look it up right now. As far as like what to use, Google Maps is huge. What the? There's another app. Japan. Oh no. There is one called Japan Transit Planner you can use. I didn't use that one. I kind of used Hyperdia. Hyperdia is more like a train app. It tells you the trains, times. Google Maps, both that and Google Maps is pretty detailed. Google Maps, I would say, is more detailed. It tells you, well, both apps will tell you like how much it'll cost, what line, the name, the color. Google Maps, I didn't notice in the other app, but Google Maps, because I use it more, will tell you like which exit to get off, what entrance you should enter, stuff like that, what platform you need to get on. And believe me, I took two wrong trains, which wasn't a problem. I got off on the very next stop, or bus. Buses are included in that. So, transportation wise, you can get pretty much anywhere in Japan you want to go. Um, and you can get lost. Sometimes it's cool to get lost. Like I mean, not necessarily lost, but I got on the wrong train. I was like, oh shit, I'm on the wrong train. Jumped off, got back on, and onto the right train to where I need to go. And the first time I did it, yeah, it was like, holy cow, there's so much to take in, because there's so many trains. Like there's a crap load of trains. There's a crap load of lines. There's local lines. There's, I guess you can call it, regional lines, which are like the faster ones that go from like one um, ward, I think they call them wards, or what we refer to as like districts or suburbs or areas like that, or when municipal areas where the train goes, and those areas alone have their own lines of trains going through them. And then the only train I didn't really take was like anything like long distance, like the bullet train. Bullet train is more for like long distance, but I seen those stations and I seen those trains, and those things are really crazy looking, really bizarre looking. They're pretty cool. Um, I'm thinking about. I really want to go to Kyoto this Saturday. I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but that time to get there is about 2 or 3 hours, which means I have to wake up really early. And I've already, I haven't planned it out completely, but I need it. If I'm gonna go, I need it done by this Wednesday so I can plan out exactly everything from like, okay, how much is it gonna cost? It's gonna cost more than a regular train because it's longer. Kyoto's like, it's a lot further away than say Tokyo. Tokyo is kind of like around the block for the thing about it. Um, Not really, but it takes from here, because I'm in Yokosuka right now. So from here to say, I went to Ueno on Saturday. It's about almost 2 hours. It's actually about an hour and a half, give or take. Being new to the whole train thing, it took me about 2 hours, maybe a little more time or less. And then, so hey, geez, since I'm on it, let's start. So Saturday I go to Ueno Park. Ueno Park basically has the temple. Well, there's a lot of temples, but let's see if I can um, remember here. So actually, oh no, that's not it. So Ueno, where is Ueno? There's a lot of places, and believe me, I was still planning out. Saturday morning when I woke up and I was like, wow, there's a lot of places here. There's just, you you literally can get lost in your plans if you don't have a good plan. Oh, here it is. So I even got my plan, my list I made Saturday morning because I woke up. I fell asleep Friday night because I was just like frustrated because my internet was just crappy. Um, so in Ueno Koen, it's basically a park. There's a bunch of museums nearby. So and then there's a huge temple. The coolest part is, I mean, the cherry blossoms, and there was so many people. There's basically right now there's like a spring festival going on. So a lot of people out and about, a lot of people eating out, drinking, having fun with family and friends, and that's actually what I thought was the best part of the whole experience. Just going out and just like observing that. And then last night I was actually I took part of it. I didn't drink. Unfortunately, because I am here as a reservist, I can't just go out and drink by myself, which sucks. Even if I wanted to, I have to be with a buddy, or pal, or friend. But somebody else has to be there, and just because it's like the buddy system, you know, you have one person that's gonna drink and the other person not so much. All right, let's see. So Ueno, so there's a shrine. Actually, it's a shrine, and I went in there. The place is big, but there's like so many people. There's vendors. There's food. Um, I have pictures, but I'm gonna so wait for those to come out. You will see it on the various blogs I put out. Let's see. Um, so that was the first thing, the shrine, and then there's a fee to actually go inside the main area of the shrine. You can't go in the actual shrine itself, but you can go around the building. That was cool. And then from there, I mean, I walked around. I had lunch actually, more of a late breakfast. Even though I ate cereal for leaving here, I had a late breakfast, early lunch, like as soon as I got to Ueno, and then went around, walked around for a bit, took photos, lots of photos. I got from the whole day. I took about 200 photos, maybe more than that. After that, I went to the Imperial Palace. That took another train ride. Again, train was fairly easy. And at this point, I'm getting the hang of it. Okay, it's like I gotta go to this line. It tells you on Google Maps. So take this line, this platform, this time. Trains pretty much run like every 5 minutes, give or take, in the daytime. So if you miss one train, you can catch the next one. But I do caution you though that if there are different like trains, like say there's some trains that are express trains that go to only certain stops, and then there's other trains which will hit they'll hit all the stops, and then there's a limited express they call it. They'll hit a certain amount of stops. That was one of the trains, one of the wrong trains I got on yesterday, because I was like, well, I looked at the schedule. I was like, well, the train is leaving late. It was leaving late, or because they're like right on time. Like if a train comes late, something's wrong. Like if it's more than a minute late, something's not right. Most of the time, they were like 99% of the time, the trains were on time, like at the actual minute. And it'll tell you in the station. They have the kanji and everything, which is like, I can't read like that. I can make out some hiragana, katakana, but I couldn't read the kanji unless it's like fire, tree, or something. But yeah, it's gonna take a little bit longer to learn, which I'm willing to learn, but it's gonna take me a long time to learn. So Imperial Palace. Just to tell you a little bit about it, I'm reading from the Lonely Planet here. Lonely Planet, Pocket Tokyo, top sites, local life made easy. Japan's Imperial Palace occupies the site of the original Edo-jo, the castle of the Tokugawa shogunate, who ruled from 1603 to 1868. In its heyday, this was the largest fortress in the world, though little remains of it today, apart from the moat and stone walls. The present palace is home to Emperor Akihito and Empress Michiko. It was completed in 1968, replacing the one built in 1888, which was largely destroyed during World War II. It's unfortunate, but from what I've seen, and like I said, I went there. That place is huge. It probably took me about 2 or 3 hours. I'd say about 2 hours to walk around the whole thing. It's pretty epic. And just to give you like a little tip, like you can download this app. Let's see if I can find it real quick. You can download this app called Palace's Guide. That's what it's called. And it will give you, like, you can self-guide yourself around the palace. It's in various languages. I was downloading it on the spot, so I didn't really get to use it. And it took a little bit of time to actually download and then sync up, because it syncs up. It took the longest time to actually sync up. So by the time I left the palace, it was finally like done. I was like, well, it's kind of late, but you really no, you don't necessarily need it because there's like these little posts, like guide posts all over that'll tell you a little history, like little blurbs of like the buildings and the places and the history behind the places and such. So it's just like if you want to like, I guess have a more of a direction in your guide, then go for it. It's a good app. I mean, I looked at it a little bit when I had the chance. It's well, since you don't have I don't think they give you a paper guide, but hmm. So yeah, so the palace area has the plaza, the has the gardens. The gardens are beautiful. Again, there's a lot of people around, just kind of chilling out. I walked pretty much around the whole thing, and pretty cool. The palace is actually in the Chiyoya. Chi. It's where is this at? Chiyoda. 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 It's kind of how you say it. Chiyoda. There's not really emphasis on the chi. It's just Chiyoda. That's in that area. Again, it took me probably over, I want to say 45 minutes to get there from train. Um, but yeah, it was cool. It was really like, I probably took most of my pictures there. At least that day. Saturday, yeah. And then I'm gonna go over how I planned this out in a bit. After I finish this out, just give you an idea of how I planned it out, because it's like I say, if you don't have a plan, it's kind of like you're going off, and you could literally go out anywhere and do anything you want. But if you want to see a certain place, you gotta know where to go, what train to take, how much it's gonna cost, because that's gonna be factored into your planning. Like, well, and had yesterday I really had to plan this out to the number. And I'll tell you a little story, and I'll get to it in a bit here. But so after I seen the palace on Saturday, I went to Nakameguro. Nakameguro is a interesting area. It's one of the areas. It's actually one of the big areas where they have the spring festival. So when I got there, by the time I got there, I was taking a bus. I took a train and I was taking a bus. The bus took forever. Major traffic was backing up. I probably could have just walked and got there sooner, but I was like, well, it's cold outside. I want to just stay on the bus, stay warm, and all that. So by the time I got to Nakameguro, it was about, it was a little after 6 o'clock, which is perfect because you can see the cherry blossoms. They got the lights on the cherry blossoms, and they got the lanterns all throughout, and there's just massive amounts of people around. But in my photo, since I got it was so sweet because you can see the lanterns like reflecting off the river, and it was just like the overall experience is amazing. And people drinking, they're out drinking sake, like hot sake. I wish I could have partaken in it. I probably could have. I was cold, and then I had to like really pee really bad, and it's like, oh god, I don't want to like make this any worse than I already have. Oh my shit, it's slapping broskies. That's all good. I don't really need this earpiece here anyways. I just need kind of like right here so it can hear me talk. That's all. It's not gonna go. Let me see if I can find it here, cause I don't want to like be wrong about it. I can't even find it on here. Damn it. No worries. I'm singing from the computer anyways. So let's see. TripAdvisor. I don't want to search for it. I just want to fucking bring it up. Yeah, my connection is kind of slow, but um, so actually in Nakamegura, I walked around a little bit with one of my shipmates or like my acquaintance slash coworker. That looks pretty cool. What's that? What the hell are you doing, TripAdvisor? What the hell's going on? I don't. It's loading up slow as a pox. It's blank. Welcome to the all new. Okay, thank you. I already know that. I appreciate TripAdvisor, I really do. But I'm kind of looking up something here. You're kind of like messing up my flow here. You're jacking my flow, man. You're jacking my flow. Okay, there we go. Alrighty then. Nakameguro. Like just to search one little freaking thing. So yeah, that's actually Nakameguro is like I wouldn't say in the middle of Tokyo, but it's like Tokyo Prefecture. Just to give you a little information about it. Since I can tell you I'm gonna tell you what I think about it and like kind of like, well, this is the park area, is this. There's only 10 reviews so far. Gotta make that 11. Gotta make it 11. So let's see. It doesn't really tell me anything about Nakameguro at the moment because I'm nope. Unless it's still it's still loading up. Anyway, I met up with a shipmate. He's also here. He's doing the same thing as I am. He just works in a different area. Um, Same shop, same. But so I met up with him a little after 6 o'clock. He'd actually been there since 4 because he was gonna get there early. I was like, well, I'll be there when I get there because I'm like, well, I'm waiting on the bus, all this stuff, and I finally get there and walked around a little bit. I was mostly walking around looking for him, but I got a few photos, dude. Like, I got some really good stuff as far as like content, and I can't wait to share. I can't wait to one edit because I'm not gonna go all out, but I'm gonna like I gotta like make it good. Like my favorite photos, I'm gonna finally post up. They're gonna go up. Most likely, they're gonna go up on my Instagram eventually. But I like to curate. I like to curate the hell out of Instagram, so it takes longer for that to come up. Let's see here. Let's see if my Nightbot works. It should. No. Oh, there it is. Nightbot's working. Nightbot's working. That's my Instagram. Hold on. That's not the right one. I mean, unless you're interested in looking at my model stuff, that's the right one. Or not. Huh. They're both the same. I gotta fix that. Anyways, that's my Instagram. Well, that's not the right one. The right one is gonna be Mystic Mind Eye. I mean, you can check that out if you really want to. But why does it keep popping up like that? Anyways, that's my model. Most like my model portfolio. Like I post all my model like shoots there. And you can check that out if you really want to. I don't mind. Yeah. But the one I'm gonna post on as far as my trip and everything is gonna be Mystic Mind Eye. So Instagram.com/Mystic Mind Eye. I gotta fix that. I couldn't find anything about Nakamegura Park, but right now, just to kind of like, because it's like the the season of sakura or cherry blossoms. A lot of people were there. A lot of people were out and about, drinking, eating. I wish I could have partaken of sake. I will. I will. Somehow, some way, I will. That's all I'm saying. I gotta find a way. I gotta find a buddy. Or I got. I don't want to do it in my room by myself. That kind of sucks. But at least I'm not out. I'm not out there. But anyways, that was cool. Walked around a little bit, crowded. We finally found each other, and we decided to go to a place to eat. Even though I'd eaten like probably 2 hours before that, I was like, well, after all the walking, trains, and everything, I was kind of like a little not super hungry, but I was like, yeah, I'm a little hungry. I can go for something. We stopped by a ramen place, had a tomato-based ramen, which I've never had before, and I've never heard or seen before, but it turned out really good. So there's this place. I gotta find it. I don't know. I don't even know like I check my freaking like Google Maps because I've starred like most of the places I've been, but some places are like not on here, or some places I didn't get to star, which kind of sucks. Cherry Blossoms in Kanagawa. Well, that looks pretty awesome. Yeah, I didn't go to Kanagawa, but I think that's actually where, or no, it's a different place. Kanagawa. But yeah, cherry blossoms are all over. It's not just like one place. They're literally all over. It's the season, and so you can go most places. You can go in the country, at least right now, and you'll see just like cherry blossoms, people chilling out and just enjoying themselves. I mean, it's awesome. Like so far, I've enjoyed my time here. Like hands down. Like I'm definitely coming back here. Not that I was looking forward to having a bad time. Like I knew I was gonna have a good time. I knew I was gonna enjoy myself. I knew I was gonna enjoy the food. My next thing right now is I'm trying to make like friends over here. I know a couple people. I know a few people actually. I just don't know where they are. Like college. I know people from college that are like over here. They might actually be in the mainland right now because they're kind of all over. So making friends is kind of like my next thing right now. I want to make a few friends over here, male or female. Female would be nice, preferred, but I don't mind male friends. And I prefer it because actually, male friends are kind of different. Um, I say I know a few people, but getting in contact, I'm not sure exactly where they are right now. So I should have planned more ahead on that one. I just totally forgot about it. Like I forgot that I know somebody here, but they might not be here. That's the thing. Like I haven't seen them on Facebook in a while. I haven't used my Line, which is like the most popular messenger app in Japan. Line, get it. I have it, but I haven't used it, and I don't have my friends on there that I had before because I couldn't use my number. So if you come from the mainland, you hook it up. Make sure you have it already like on, ready to go, because it does use your mobile number. Because I'm using my Facebook account, I don't have my friends in there right now. I don't know what the hell. So Saturday was pretty eventful. I was actually gonna go to Akihabara. Um, the palace actually isn't too far from there. Only thing was, by the time I got out of there, it was after 4 by the time I left the palace, and I knew it was getting dark, which is why I decided to scrap it. I was like, okay, well, if I want to meet this guy, at Nakamegura, I'm not gonna meet him it's gonna be much later. And actually, it worked out because it started raining after we had dinner, and then it was drizzling. It wasn't that bad. By the time we got back here, it was pouring. Well, not pouring, but it was like we were getting wet. So it actually worked out. I'm glad I scrapped that and just decided to go straight there. And it was cool to have somebody, kind of like a buddy to be, like, hey, because I mean, yeah, traveling single is not the easiest, and yes, you can do it, but trust me, it's much more better to have somebody. It's better to have like a friend. Even if you don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, it's good to have like somebody else that's there, to kind of like resonate, to kind of like, you know, bounce ideas off. I was like, well, this would be a good idea. Okay. Although, I mean, I don't mind going out by myself. I don't mind like going out as a single person, but certain things are more fun with other people. Like if I had somebody, like if like say I had a girlfriend, I know exactly where I can go now. Last night I went to Kanshio River. They had cherry blossoms on there, and they had the vendors and just people chilling out. Like I said, and then that was just like a perfect place to go out with friends or a significant other. Just eat, and that's what I did. I decided, hey, I'm already here. I might as well get my dinner. I ate I ate again when I got back here, but I was like, well, I'm just gonna chill out on the river, take some photos, and it was pretty cool. I liked it. Um, Sunday actually, Sunday was more of a lazy day. See, I'm getting through this slowly but surely, right? I'm getting through it. Sunday was more of a lazy day. I hadn't exactly planned it out, but I knew in my head I was like, well, Saturday night I was thinking, well, I'm gonna come to Yokohama. Originally, I was gonna go out to Mount Fuji with another person. He disappeared, ghosted. I don't know what happened. I haven't heard from him in like days. Haven't seen him, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But so I decided, why not go to Yokohama? And this is where I went. Originally, I had it planned. I was gonna go to Sankei-en Gardens, which I did. Chinatown and cherry blossoms at Kanshio River. I narrowed it down to basically three different places. Now, in the planning of this, because I had to, since I was leaving later in the day, and it doesn't really matter how late you leave, but what it does matter is how long it's going to take you to travel there, travel between the places, and then get back. I didn't really have an issue getting back here because, yes, I had a curfew, but I also wanted to get back here in time to take care of some things before the week began. Sankei-en Gardens is pretty nice, and I think it was actually bigger than the Imperial Palace area. It was, see if I can find it here. I know I got it here, so let's see. Sankai. I'm saying it totally wrong here. Sankai. Sankei. Sankei-en. It's actually not in here. It's not in the pocketbook. What the hell? It's in here though. I know that. It's in the big one. That's why I need both. I decided to freaking just take both of them with me anyways. I could fit this. So that's the other thing. Like when you're like going out and about, it's really good to have a book bag or some sort of bag when you're going out. You have places like put stuff. Here it is. Sankei in Garden 290 to 291. Go there. And it's a really good guide to have because it was really helpful in my planning. Cause in the back of my mind, I was like, man, I'm tired. I don't really want to go out because I was tired. And of course, when I'm tired, I'm in a mindset where I just don't feel like doing anything. I'm like, well, I'm in Japan. I better get my ass out of here. And by the time I left, this was after 11. Had lunch, went out, finally made this list before I left, and was like, okay, I know what I'm doing. That's the main thing, is having a plan. Even if the plan doesn't always work out, which it didn't, it's good to have a plan. Where the hell is this thing at? Oh, here we go. Okay. A little history about Sankei-en. Alrighty. Opened to the public in 1906. This was once the estate and gardens of the Tomitaro Hara from 1868 to 1939, one of Yokohama's wealthiest men, who made his money as a silk merchant before becoming a patron of the arts. On the extensive grounds of the estate, he created is a kind of open-air museum of traditional Japanese architecture, some of which was brought here from Kamakura and the western part of the country. Especially noteworthy is Rinshun Kaku, a villa built for the Tokugawa clan in 1649. There's also a tea pavilion, Chozu Kaku, built by the third Tokugawa shogun, Iemitsu. Other buildings include a small temple transported from Kyoto's famed Daitokuji and farmhouse from Gifu district in Japan Alps. There is so much history here. I didn't need to go to a museum. I could just go to one of these places, and there's like, and I'm talking like, Tokyo is huge, right? Imagine like a big city, and just in the middle of this big city, you have these gardens, these parks. This is exactly how, well, the Imperial Palace is more like open, but Sankei Inn is kind of a little off the beaten path a little bit. You have to go down a few residential blocks to get to it, but still, like, everything surrounding is like houses, stores, buildings. They're building skyscrapers off into the distance. It is wild. Like, I have never seen anything like this like in my life, and I'm like, and it's huge. It's like this gardens. The gardens were like freaking huge. They say it normally takes about 2 hours. Probably took me like 2.5 hours to walk this thing. And of course, I'm taking pictures, taking my time. I have a lot of pictures of that, so that's gonna be epic. As far as, so after that, my only issue was taking the bus, because I had to take the bus from Yokohama Station. No, I had to go from Yokohama Station I had to take the subway from Yokohama to an area, then take the bus. I think I took the wrong bus. But then when I think about it again, I think I took the right bus. For some reason, all the stops weren't showing up on. Yeah, I would have had to take the right bus, because otherwise I would have been going in the opposite direction. So yeah, for some reason, it was weird. Amelia Nina 9 is following me on Instagram. Cool, thank you. This is why I do this on YouTube, because this is gonna be long. I already know it. I wouldn't say I don't like Instagram for this sort of medium. Plus, I have my subscribers here, and I want to build up the following here. Instagram I use for a different reason. Twitter I use for a different reason. But anyway, enough about that. Speaking of which, if you're curious about, I don't know if I have the command on here. I might not have. So if you want to know what Twitter is, Nightbot. Yep, there you go. There you go. Thank you, Nightbot. Appreciate it. That's my Twitter. That's one of them. I have two. I also have another one for photography. This is not really a photography feed log, so that should be good enough. After visiting the gardens, like I said, the main thing was taking a bus. There's a few buses that leave there. That I was gonna go to Chinatown, Yokohama. I decided to scrap it. One of the reasons why I scrapped it was because, oh yeah, here's the story I was gonna tell you. So when I left here, I was gonna get money from the ATM. Now, granted, I had enough to go out to Yokohama, eat while I was out, and come back. When I did the math, I knew I was cutting it close. Like, but when I got back, by the time I got back here, I had a little under 300 yen left on my Pasmo. Pasmo is what you use for trains and buses. It's a card. I'll show you what it looks like. There's two versions you can get of the Pasmo. There's one where you can get it registered to your name. I just got a plain one, just so like if somebody wants to borrow it one time. And by the way, you gotta pay like a 500 yen deposit for the card itself because the cards are not free. So apparently the cards are not free. They give you, I mean, it's a good card. It's like 500 yen, like it's about $5. Actually a little less than $5. The other thing is fares for trains, like they're really good, especially long distance. Like, so when I planned this out, and I knew I was gonna be short. I knew I was like, I'm cutting it close. I had lunch. Thankfully, I had lunch before I left this area to go to Yokohama. And I just kind of like, I just toughed it out. I basically visited, this was the plan. I was going to visit the Sankei-en Gardens. And then after that, I was going to go to Chinatown. And I decided to scrap it, one, because I knew buses are flat fee, about 216 yen per bus ride. And if not necessarily, like I think, no, actually not. Thinking about it now, I probably wouldn't have enough money to eat anything. I scrapped it, and it was kind of getting late anyways. So, because by the time I got to Kanshio River, it was already a little bit before sunset, and I was like, you know what, it's cool. And I decided I'm just gonna eat here, or eat there, at the Kanshio River, the cherry blossoms, and people just chilling down near the river, and it was just nice. There wasn't many people, which I thought was cool, because most places there's like so many people. But Sunday night, I'm like, yeah, it's chill. It's chill, right? So that was the coolest part. Chilling out with everybody else, like not just kind of by myself, just kind of like I'm here, whatever. And I enjoy myself. I did the math. I was like, I got enough. I can get back, cause I ran out of yen. I totally ran out of yen. I was down to like pretty much 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I had about 700 yen left on me. I was like about less than $7. This is while I'm at Kanshio River. I decided, well, I'm gonna spend the 500 yen on the food. It wasn't much. It was like chicken. It was like chicken. I want to say chicken skin. I was like, well, normally I wouldn't eat this, but I'm like, Japanese are some of the healthiest motherfuckers on the planet. Like, literally. And I'm like, well, I'm here. When in Rome, right? It was good. It was good. It had like lettuce underneath and mayonnaise, and it was good. They had these octopus balls. They're just like I saw in like most anime, and they look good in the anime, and I saw them in real life. And I'm like, oh my gosh. These look so good. So those artists in anime, they actually do a very good job drawing octopus balls from real life. And I wish I wasn't allergic to shellfish. Wait, octopus. Octopus and squid. I wonder, am I allergic to octopus? Interesting. Maybe I should buy one time and find out. I'm allergic to shellfish. Like, I'm not allergic to fish. And apparently, there's different allergies, like crab versus shrimp. I know shrimp I can't eat. Should I be relaying this confidential information? Anyways, octopus balls. Oh my gosh. They were really good looking. Like I was honestly thinking about getting some. Like it comes in like a thing, right? A bento dish. Anyways, I took a few photos while I was there at Kanshio River. I sat down. I had my water with me. I always bring my water. That's another thing when you're traveling and walking. Have water because there's not like fountains all around. There's fountains in like most train stations and stuff like that, but for me, I'm not used to walking this much. And by the way, if I had an app that told me as many steps, I'd probably like walked. No, I was really sore this morning actually. I walked a lot. And hopefully I lost some pounds. And this will condition me for the PRT coming up. Hopefully. But yeah, I walked a shitload. Like, I'm not even lying. Between the train walking, I put on some serious mileage like this weekend. Overall, all the places I've visited, I have had a great time. I really wish that some of these places where I've been, I had like a significant other, I would go, and that's fine. Like I said, I mean, there's some pros of being single, but there's also some cons. That's just life. Yeah. This weekend, I really am considering going to Kyoto. I want to go to Tokyo again because I've literally only scratched the surface. I haven't even been to Shibuya. I haven't seen Tokyo Tower. They got the new one now, the Sky Tree. The Sky Tree is like, it's basically the replacement for Tokyo Tower, or the upgraded version of what Tokyo Tower used to be. I think Tokyo Tower is more like just a landmark more than, I mean, they probably use it. I don't know. I have to look it up. But Akihabara, I want to see, like, I want to go out and experience a little bit more of like, not so much shopping. I don't have very little interest in shopping because I don't have that kind of money to be shopping, and two, I don't really. It's not like I really need to shop. Like some people just like they travel and they shop. That's their thing. Me, not so much. I'm not the shopping type. I just food, people, drinks. I'm cool, and of course a place to sleep. That's the kind of traveler I am, and the only shopping I will do outside of that is like souvenirs, like something just to have, and I have yet to find anything that I would like because I know for a fact I'm coming back here. It's like Australia, for example. Like when I went to Australia, I honestly, I don't think I got any souvenirs. No, I take that back. I think, well, definitely the second time. Definitely the second time went, I got souvenirs, but the first time I don't think I got any souvenirs because I was just there. I wasn't like a tourist. Like maybe when I was first there, like when I first got there, I was like a tourist. But after that, I became more than a tourist. I became like a local. Not. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you live somewhere long enough, you become like part of it. You know, you're not just like, oh, I'm an outsider. Ah, yeah, that's another question. So being a black guy in Japan, I don't really have a definite. I would say I haven't had like no one has been like rude to me. Let's put it that way. No one has been rude to me. Everyone has been really friendly and welcoming. Like if I need help, somebody would come up to me and be like, "Are you okay?" Or "Dajabu, dajabu." Are you okay? Like everybody's been extremely helpful, friendly, and just if I need like, and it just I think it's generally unless you're a dickbag or I mean I don't know, but just for me, my personal experience, everybody's been friendly, helpful, and even with a very broken Japanese that I know, and I try really hard, and it does help. If you know a little bit of the language, and it's like I said this before, but it's very they really respect you. They really respect people that try. But no, they don't. I know people that they don't know any of the language. They don't care. They're just like English, 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 whatever. So I have mad. Well, I personally I have mad respect for anybody that's like, you know, if they're, you know, from Japan or anywhere and they try to speak English as hard as they can. Like this is all they know. Mad respect. So mad props to anybody that's out there that's like they're trying their hardest to speak a language that they don't even know. Like they know very little. Like that's why when I'm trying, like I get it. And I totally understand it. I know that feeling. Like it's like I don't want to butcher it. But I also want to communicate as best as I can, as because that's all I know. If I'm lost, if I need to go somewhere, or at least I know how to say like, oh, this is a place. Where is it? You know, toire wa to doko desu ka? Where's the bathroom? You know, it helps to know the simple shit. It will take you far. It's taken me a lot. It's taken me very far. In fact, just the little stuff that I know, a little stuff, even saying thank you or good day, good morning, good evening. It takes you far, and they have mad respect for that. So don't take it lightly, even if you know konnichiwa. If that's all you know, that's all you know. But at least you're trying. If you're not trying, what's the point? What's the point in going to another country and then not trying the language? And you may see in your head, I sometimes think to myself, like, nah, I'm going to sound stupid if I say this, but I'm going to try it anyways. At least it shows them that, hey, I'm trying. Like, I'm, like, I mean, some people, a lot of people know like little English. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of people that don't really know a lot of English, and so they have broken. A lot of people have a lot of broken English, so they're kind of like, well, I have broken Japanese. I know they'll understand Japanese, but I don't know if they'll understand the broken English or the English. But if all else fails, there's always translator, Google Translate. And that's been very helpful as well because you can translate it and it also play the language in whatever language you want to like play it for them or just have it on the screen. I was looking for a place, I couldn't find it. I typed it. I was like, hey, what is it? Where's this place at? And then she told me, I think she had her translator out, and she told me that, oh, it's on the 8th floor. But I figured it out over time. I was looking at Google Maps. I'm like, where's this place at? I'm like, oh, that's why I can't find it. It's on the 8th floor. But yeah, I think that's about it. I've already done my hour. Not that I'm shooting for an hour, but as far as like a vlog, I think an hour is more than enough time. I was hoping to go shorter, but it happens, right? Anyways, overall, great time. I may have another friend come out here and visit. Holy cow. So I may have somebody to go out and drink with just a little bit. We shall see. Um, he's gonna tell me Wednesday if he's coming out. He's got some travel money, so and he wants to come out here visit. So that's gonna be cool. But I might have to change up my plans a little bit for this weekend, but we shall see. Yokohama's actually pretty close. It only takes 45 minutes to get there from here. So I can always do that like after work. Jump on the next plane, there. So anyways, um, if you have any feedback, suggestions, comments, or anything like that, please put in the comment section below, or put in the comments in YouTube here, or wherever you find this channel or this video, and I will get back. If you have any questions, like just like something that I may have missed, I'm sure I missed a lot, and because I've seen a lot, I've experienced a lot, and just overall like the experience and everything, just being here and just kind of like experiencing the culture, and it's been like, it makes me think like, oh, here's another thing. So this is probably the coolest thing that I've got out of this. One of the coolest things I've gotten out of this whole thing so far is that wherever you go, there's like, so like back in the U.S., there's like McDonald's, like Burger King. So there's these like different franchises, right? When you come out here, and granted, there's the same franchises like Burger King, McDonald's, etc., etc., etc. There's other types. There are other restaurants. There's plenty of restaurants where they are like, they're family owned. They're family owned, and let me bring this down just to tell you here. Family owned restaurants, and like, so the name, like any town you go to, there's restaurants. Family owned, and some restaurants have been in the family for years. And I'm thinking to myself, like, where the hell did we go? Like, we don't get taught this stuff in the United States, like, like owning your own like business. And as an entrepreneur and as a business minded person, I'm not the most business minded person, but when it does happen, it comes on pretty strong. And I'm like, dude, like, where was this stuff? Like, they don't teach you in school, like in the U.S., like, oh, you can own your own business. They teach you how to work a job. They teach you how to work for somebody else. And I don't want to get on this whole rant about it, but like, it's like, I have like this major mad respect when I go to like this mom and pop place, restaurant, shop, or whatever, and like, it's been in the family for years, and that's ultimately something that I really want to do. And it's not necessarily like a restaurant or a shop, but as a photographer, that is building up a boutique business. I'm thinking like long term, that's what I really want to do. But it's not easy, but looking at all these different families or whatever, these that have them already, it's like, you know, it's not impossible, but it will require commitment. Something I've been thinking about just for the past few weeks. It will require commitment. It's not optional. Something to build up to, something to just think about. but I have mad respect. And so when I was at the AOB meeting, they actually mentioned this. You know, a lot of places they're like they've been in the family for years. I'm like, yeah, man. I mean, these aren't franchises; they're actually family-owned businesses. And I'm like, dude, I honestly wish like, and I think sometimes to myself like, man, I was born in the wrong country. At the what the freak, like, and I know you have that, like I have that, the grass is greener on the other side mentality. Like not all the time, but sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, what the hell, right? Like, I mean, these guys are a lot cleaner. What happened? Like, but anyways, that's a different rant for a different day. It's just a thought. And another thing, when you're on a train, just a major tip: when you're on a train, silence your phone. It's considered extremely rude to like have like notifications, all that stuff going off, or even talking on the phone. Like when because you're in a train, like again, you're in close proximity with other people. So if you're talking on the phone, you're talking to somebody's ear, or you got like different sounds going off. It's like, oh, and you have 10 people thinking, oh, is that my phone? Is that my phone? Think about it culturally, like it makes sense, right? Like from a social perspective, like you think like on a bus, you have that one person that's talking all loud, you got the music blast. It's like, dude, that's freaking rude, dude. Like come on now. So just a major tip. Anyways, I'm about to sign off. Thanks for coming. I will most likely have another one by the end of the week. If not, next Monday. Depends on what happens. But please like and subscribe. Please share if you think other people will benefit from this. And I hope this helps other people when they're traveling to Japan or elsewhere. I think that's about it. Yeah, for sure. Again, if you got any comments, suggestions, feedback, or anything like that, please put in the comments section. If you have any questions, if I missed anything, please tell me, let me know. I will get back to you as soon as I can and perhaps make a new video to kind of summarize what the questions are. Please, you're welcome to. Don't be shy. That's something I really haven't done, so please give me something. Please give me something to do. That's all I'm saying. At least while I'm here, or even afterwards. But anyways, it's been real. Thanks for coming. I appreciate your support and everything like that. And I will see you in the next cast. Cheers.